Welcome to Everyone's Talking Money, where we get brutally honest about money, mindset, and making life richer. Hey, money lovers. Welcome back to Everyone's Talking Money. Shari here, and we are back with part 2 of our Rich Girl Summer travel series. And honestly, I am so excited to share these advanced strategies with you because this is where the real magic happens. If you missed last week's episode, pause this right now and go listen to part 1 first. We covered the mindset shifts that change everything when it comes to planning travel and the complete planning framework. You need that foundation before we dive into today's content. So seriously, go listen to part 1 first. I'll be right back here and waiting. For everyone who's been following along, I hope you did your homework, and I can't wait to learn about all the places you want to go to. I've been getting so many messages from you who started researching destinations and were shocked about how affordable some of your dream trips actually are when you start using the strategies we talk about. So today, we are getting into the advanced stuff. We're talking travel hacking for normal people. None of that complicated credit card churning stuff that makes your head spin. We're covering the money moves that keep you on budget once you're actually on your trip. Because let's be real, this is where most people blow it. They plan perfectly, then get into vacation mode and forget everything we've talked about. And then we're ending with something nobody talks about: how to come home without regret. I mean, is that not the best feeling in the world? Because the best trips aren't about what happens while you're away. They're about how you feel when you walk back into your regular life. I've got real examples, specific apps and websites, and honestly, some of my favorite travel hacks that have saved me thousands over the years. Some of these are going to blow your mind, and I wish I knew them when I was first starting to travel. So grab that notebook again, because we are about to take everything from last week and turn you into a travel savvy queen who knows how to vacation without the credit card hangover. Let's dive in. Now, let's talk about travel hacking. And I want to be clear right up front. You don't need to be a credit card churning expert to benefit from this. I'm going to give you the beginner friendly version that actually works for us normal people. Travel hack number 1, credit card points. If you're going to spend money anyway, why not get something back? Here's the smart way to approach travel reward cards. Get a travel rewards card for your regular expenses: groceries, gas, bills you're already paying. Here's the key: you have to pay it off completely every month. No exceptions. This is non-negotiable. And here's something else to watch out for. If the restaurant you're going to or the store charges an extra 2 to 3% just because you're using a credit card, do not do it. Do not use your credit card there for the points. You're literally paying for those points with those credit card surcharges. And I'm not telling you to go into debt for these points. But if you're disciplined with your credit cards, you can earn free flights just from your normal spending. I have a travel rewards card that I use for everything I would normally spend money on anyway. I pay it off every month, and I earn points that I can use for flights or hotels. Now, when you're choosing a card, look for sign-up bonuses. These are often 50 to 100,000 points after spending $3,000 to $5,000 in the first 3 months. That's a huge value right there. Also, consider cards with no foreign transaction fees if you travel internationally. Some cards even offer statement credits for TSA PreCheck or global entry, which that saves you time and money. Annual fees can be worth it if you travel regularly, but start with a no-fee card if you're unsure. Once you get comfortable with the system, you can always upgrade. And here's how to maximize your points. Use your card for everything you'd normally buy anyway. Set up automatic payments for utilities and subscriptions. Some cards offer bonus categories that rotate quarterly. Pay attention to these because you can earn extra points again on money you're just spending anyway. And here's a pro tip. Sometimes transferring points to the airline programs gets you more value than booking through your card's portal. Travel hack number 2, airline and hotel loyalty programs. These are free to join and can save you some serious money. Even if you only travel once a year, sign up for the frequent flyer or frequent stayer programs. For airline programs, sign up even before you book your first flight. You'll get the benefits like upgrades, early boarding, priority check-in, and sometimes free checked bags. Choose one main airline and stick with it to build status faster. And don't forget about partner airlines. You can often earn and redeem miles across airline alliances. Hotel loyalty can be incredibly valuable. In a previous life, I used to travel all the time for work, and I'd gone on so many vacations with free hotel stays just based off of my points and my status alone that I created while working. The benefits often include room upgrades, late checkout, free breakfast, and even resort credits. Mid-tier hotel chains often give you better value than luxury chains for everyday travelers. And here's something you don't know. You can often status match between programs. If you have status with one hotel chain, you can sometimes get equivalent status with another chain just by asking. Same with airlines. This can fast track you to better perks without starting from zero. Travel hack number 3, flight booking strategies. Let's talk about the Tuesday 3 p.m. rule. Airlines often release deals on Tuesday afternoons. Set aside 10 minutes every Tuesday to check flight prices for destinations you're interested in. When you see a good deal, you'll know it because you've been tracking prices. But don't just use one search tool. Use Google Flights for broad searches and price tracking. Use Kayak for flexible date searches. Momondo is great for international flights. And as always, check the airline's website directly before booking because sometimes they have exclusive deals. Track prices for 4 to 6 weeks to understand normal pricing. Generally book domestic flights 1 to 3 months out. International flights 2 to 5 months out, and consider booking Tuesday through Thursday for better deals. And here's something exciting. Error fares and flash sales. Follow accounts like Secret Flying or Scott's Cheap Flights on social media. Sometimes airlines mess up and accidentally price flights way too low. These deals usually only last a few hours, so you need to be ready to book quickly. I have a friend who booked a flight to Europe for $300 because of an error fare. Travel hack number 4, hotel booking strategies. Always compare the hotel's direct website to third-party sites. Hotels often match third-party prices and throw in perks like free breakfast or Wi-Fi. Use bidding sites like Priceline for last-minute deals and consider vacation rentals for longer stays or groups. For timing, book hotels closer to your travel date than flights, sometimes just 1 to 2 weeks out. Check for deals on Sunday nights and Wednesday afternoons, and use hotel apps because they often have mobile-only deals. Travel hack number 5, travel timing strategy. Travel during shoulder season. Have you heard of this before? It's right before or right after peak season. You get better weather than off season, but way better prices than peak season. It's the sweet spot. April in Europe, September in the Caribbean, October in Asia, May in Mediterranean destinations. These are all amazing times to travel with great prices. Travel hack number 6, bank and credit card travel portals. Many banks and credit cards have travel portals where you can book flights and hotels and earn extra points. Sometimes, though, these aren't the cheapest option, but when you factor in the points you earn, they can be great deals. You have to do the math a little bit to figure out what is the best way to use and earn your points. Even implementing one or two of these hacks can end up saving you some serious cash. But let me give you some important warnings. Do not pay annual fees on cards you won't use enough to justify. And don't carry a balance just to earn points. If you have a balance, stop using the card. The points are just not worth it. Interest will always outweigh the rewards. And don't book travel just because you have points. Make sure it's a trip you actually want to take. And don't ignore the fine print on those credit card offers. So here's what I want you to do right now. Choose one travel rewards credit card and apply. Sign up for one airline and one hotel loyalty program. Set up price alerts for one destination you want to visit. Follow one deal alert account on social media. And track prices for your target destination for 2 weeks to understand normal pricing. Remember, travel hacking isn't about becoming a credit card churning expert overnight. It's about being strategic with spending you're already doing and taking advantage of programs that are free to join. Start with the basics and add complexity as you get comfortable. But here's the thing. You have to be careful because if you end up having to pay all of these fees just for using points for flights, it may not be worth it. You have to do the math to figure out the best way to use and earn your points. The key is to start simple, stay disciplined, and build your strategy over time. These aren't get rich quick schemes. They're smart systems that compound over time to give you more travel for less money. Next, let's talk about on the ground money moves. You've planned the perfect trip. Now let's make sure you don't blow your budget once you're actually there. This is where a lot of people mess up because they get into vacation mode and forget about their financial goals. First, let's talk about food strategies that keep you on budget. Food can easily become your biggest expense if you're not careful. Here's my strategy. Eat breakfast at your accommodation whenever possible. If you're staying somewhere with a kitchen, stock up on breakfast basics. If you're in a hotel, take advantage of the continental breakfast. Starting your day without spending money on food or coffee gives you more flexibility for the rest of the day. Have your big meal at lunch instead of dinner. Many restaurants offer the same dishes for half the price at lunch. You get the same experience for less money. Mix fancy dinners with grocery store picnics. You don't have to eat at restaurants for every meal. Some of my favorite travel memories are picnics in beautiful places with food from local markets. Ask locals where they eat, not where the tourists eat. The best food is usually at places that aren't in guidebooks, and they're almost always cheaper than the tourist restaurants. Also, bring a reusable water bottle. The cost of water adds up quickly if you're buying it at every convenience store. So bring a reusable water, fill it up. It's not only good for your wallet, it's good for the environment. Now let's talk about free and cheap activities that feel luxurious. Walking tours are amazing and most are tip based. You pay what you think it's worth at the end. I've done walking tours in dozens of cities, and they're always highlights of my trips. Many museums have free days or free hours. Do your research before you go. In London, many of the major museums are always free. Parks, beaches, and hiking. Three, two, one. Parks, beaches, and hiking trails are free entertainment. Some of the most beautiful places in the world don't cost anything to visit. Local markets and neighborhoods are free to explore and often more interesting than official tourist attractions. And check out happy hour instead of dinner and drinks. You get the same social experience and often the same food for half the price. Consider using the envelope method for travel. This is old school, but it works. Take out cash for discretionary spending, souvenirs, extra drinks, impulse purchases. When it's gone, you're done for the day. That prevents the I'll just put it on the card trap that can derail your budget. I usually take out the equivalent of $50 per day for discretionary spending. Some days I spend it all, some days I don't spend any of it, but I never go over because I literally can't. Currency exchanges and banking tips. So use ATMs instead of exchange booths. The rates are almost always better, but call your bank before you travel and let them know you'll be using your card internationally, or they may freeze your account. Also, have a backup card. I always travel with two different cards from two different banks just in case one gets declined or lost. And don't exchange money at airports unless absolutely necessary. The rates are terrible because they know you're trapped. Consider using the 24-hour rule for purchases. See something expensive you want to buy? Wait 24 hours before purchasing it. Walk away, think about it, maybe even sleep on it. Most of the time, you'll realize you don't actually need it. And if you still want it the next day, then consider it. I've saved so much money with this rule, not only on vacation, but in life. There have been so many times I've seen something I thought I had to have. But when I came back the next day, I realized I didn't even remember why I wanted it, if I even remembered the item in the first place. Split costs like a pro. If you're traveling with friends, be strategic about splitting costs. One person books the accommodation, another books the rental car, someone else handles the group dinners. It's easier to track, and often one person can get rewards or points for the booking. Use apps like Splitwise to track shared expenses. It makes settling up at the end of the trip so much easier. And lastly, the power of asking. This is huge, and most people don't do it. Ask for upgrades, ask for discounts, ask for recommendations. The worst they can say is no, but you'd be surprised how often they say yes. I've gotten hotel upgrades just by asking politely at check-in. I've gotten discounts at restaurants by asking if they have any specials, and I've gotten amazing recommendations by asking locals what they love about their city. So now we had our trip, and it's time to come home without regret. Here's the thing nobody talks about. The best trips aren't just about what happens while you're away. They're about how you feel when you come home. And part of that is knowing you made good financial decisions. The post-trip financial check-in. Before you even unpack, look at your spending. How did you do against your budget? What worked? What didn't? This isn't about shame or guilt. It's about learning for next time. I keep a simple spreadsheet of what I spend on each trip. It helps me see patterns and make better decisions for future trips. Maybe I always overspend on food, or maybe I never spend as much as I budget for activities. This information helps me plan better for next time. The souvenir strategy. We all look at them, they all are cute, and it's a great way to remember our trip. But buy experiences, not things. That cooking class will give you years of memories and new skills. That massage will help you relax and feel pampered. That t shirt will sit in your drawer after 2 weeks. If you do buy souvenirs, buy them for a specific person or purpose, not just because you're in vacation mode. I have a rule that I can only buy souvenirs that I would genuinely use or that would make perfect gifts for specific people. While you're still in that travel high, start researching your next destination. Having something to look forward to helps prevent post vacation depression. But don't book anything until you've paid off this trip and rebuilt your travel fund. I always start a new travel fund as soon as I get home from a trip. Even if it's just $20 a month, it's something. And by the time I'm ready to plan for my next trip, I have a foundation to build on. And now, the most important part, actually enjoying your trip. The point of all of this planning and budgeting is so you can actually relax and enjoy your vacation. If you're constantly stressed about money, you're not getting the full benefit of travel. Plan well, set boundaries, and then trust yourself to enjoy it. You've done the work up front so you can be present and enjoy the experience. So there you have it, your complete guide to rich girl travel without the rich girl budget. I hope you can see that with some strategic planning and smart choices, you can have incredible travel experiences without going into debt or stressing about money. Remember, the goal isn't to spend as little as possible. It's to spend intentionally so you can travel more often and actually enjoy it. It's about making choices that align with your values and your financial goals. Your homework this week is actually fun homework. Pick one destination you've been dreaming about and spend 30 minutes researching it using these strategies. Look up off-season dates. Check house swap sites. See what the real costs would be using the 50-30-20 rule. I bet you'll be surprised by how doable it actually is. And here's something I want you to try. Start a travel fund this week. Even if it's just $10, open a separate savings account or just put cash in a jar. Having a dedicated travel fund makes your travel goals feel more real and achievable. And here's something else I want you to try. The next time you're tempted to buy something you don't really need, put that money in your newly established travel fund instead. That $30 you might spend on something random, that's money towards your dream trip. It's amazing how fast it adds up when you're intentional about it. If this episode helped you, please share it with someone who's been putting off travel because of money fears. And tag me in your stories when you start planning your next trip. I love seeing where these tips take you. Next week, we're diving into Rich Girl Summer Home Edition, how to make your space feel luxurious without the luxury budget. Because after all this travel planning, you're going to want to come home to something that feels just as good. Until then, keep that rich girl energy flowing. And remember, the best investment you can make is in experiences that make you feel alive. Travel is not frivolous spending when you do it right. It's investing in yourself, your perspective, and your happiness. That's a wrap on today's episode of Everyone's Talking Money. If you loved what you heard, be sure to follow the show on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, leave a quick positive rating and review. It really helps us reach more people. You can also keep the conversation going on Instagram at Everyone's Talking Money. Remember, your money should be a tool to live life and travel on your terms. So go out there and make it happen. I'll catch you next time.